What's up, guys? I'm Lanier, and welcome to the Leeds murder. This is the last in the Gracewind Tales trilogy. They've been so good so far, I just had to finish them out in a day. Let's see what we can get into. And this looks just as good as the last one. Just as good as all of them.
Hello? I need your help. I need you to find my son, Michael. I think he went out to Gracewind Park. Please, you have to find him.
Is it the kid that went missing? Another distraught mother looking for a missing kid in Gracewind Park. Shouldn't even be worth mentioning, really. I could do this whole job from my office and tell her I never found anything. Wait for a park ranger to find a ripped up jacket or something and just call it a day. But something about this feels off. There's a wrongness to it that's burrowed into my bones and I just can't shake it. I should remember to bring a flashlight. Did I put batteries in it? And lock the place up. No telling how long I'll be gone for this one. Gone for this time. Excuse me. Okay. Once I acquire a battery. Ah! A battery. Oh, this is... Okay.
Welcome back to Gracewind Live here on 93.6 WSPR. We're going live to our next caller. You're live on the air, so tell us, what's your favorite Gracewind memory?
Have you ever been out to the park at night? We went years ago.
Alright, I'm gonna have to stop you right there. I think we're all a little tired of hearing ghost stories about the Gracewind ghost.
This is different. I promise.
Alright, we're gonna give you a chance here, but I'm ready to move on to the next caller if you're trying to pull a fast one.
It's a nice time. We were in the lake in the middle of November. Just a couple of teenagers drinking, smoking, getting up to the kind of trouble you'd expect teenagers to get up to.
What's the date now?
That's when we saw the lights in the water.
Goat
It was
man.
like 1,000 constellations were bursting to life under
Oh,
the
these are all
surface.
pictures from the first
We were
one.
awestruck,
Okay, so
looking
it's
at it
still
for
1999.
hours.
Well, thanks for that, caller. That really was an unexpectedly pleasant
I
turn.
wasn't done.
We're going to move on to the next caller now. Alright, caller, you're live on the air, so...
Paul went towards the water first. He walked into it without flinching. Even as the cold water wrapped up around him, he just kept going until he was gone.
What the hell?
Laura was next.
Do I have
saw her
to
walk in
sit
I
and listen to
could
this,
feel it.
or
It was going to be next. It was
is this
gonna be
necessary?
me. The thought of it was like a rock in my stomach.
Can we get another caller?
I tried to run into the woods. I ran until my legs were on fire and my lungs were ready to burst. No matter how far I ran, I always ended up back at the lake. So I did the only thing. I gave in. I walked to the water. It was cold, but the chill soothed the aches in my legs. It was washing over me. The stone in my stomach just pulled me into the lake.
Seriously, what is going on here?
And that's when I opened my eyes and looked around. We were sitting around the campfire. Our unopened beers were in the cooler. Everyone was still there. We never talked about it after that night, but I know they had the same experiences that I...
Stop it!
neat?
Is everything okay? I was just gonna tell my Gracewind story.
We're cutting the show early.
You just started, though.
I said...
Okay. Reckon it's time to... Excuse me. Excuse me. Can I interest you in me leaving? Oh, I can run now. That makes me really nervous. The fact that I can run makes me feel like I'm going to be running from something. Wait a minute. Do I have to... 2 days ago, I got a call from a woman asking me to look for Michael Leeds. I'd seen that name earlier in the week. Local guy in his 50s, fresh out of prison. He was accused of killing his buddies on a camping trip back in the 1970s. Just a few days out, and he was already popping up on flyers around town. Missing. Last seen heading into Gracewind State Park. I've seen those 7 words too many times since I moved out here. This might as well just say, don't bother. You're not going to find them. I told her I would do my best and planned to just wait until she gave up. They usually do. Then that call came through last night. The man on the other end of the line was out of breath. It's me, Michael. I found in the woods. Wrong number. That's what I told myself. Another Michael. Not the guy I was looking for. I said it to myself over and over again. I was still trying to convince myself, even when I was talking to the park ranger who told me about the car that had driven through the service entrance. And now here I am, in front of a stolen Gracewind park ranger vehicle, parked in front of a cabin that's not marked on any of the park's maps. Oh. Whoa. So here I am then. You said parked in front of the cabin. This is not in front of the cabin. This is a good ways away from it, to be honest. Wow, that's interesting how the sound just changes. Hey, that's a murder. Locked. Locked. Nothing in there. Gracewind is home to all kinds of unique phenomena. Take, for example, Gracewind Lake. Due to the unique shape of the lake's basin, it reflects a very different constellation from what you would see in the sky. If you look closely, you can even see some stars in the lake that aren't even in the sky. This optical illusion is just one of the many special things that you'll find about Gracewind State Park. Oh. What the fuck? I didn't read that shit for that long. Okay. Now what? It's all locked. No going back there. No going back there. Nothing in my inventory. Well, what, do I go back to the truck? Okay. All right. Look. Do you want me to walk through the mysterious gateway? Disregard the cabin that's not on the map. Turn around and go back and go through this purple shit. You know? Fine. 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 It's your game. I'll do the thing. Ah. I see. It's a visible, invisible wall. Well, I don't know what to do about that. I don't see anything. Did I miss something? Did I, like, get myself hard stuck? I swear to God. Handwriting is shaking, inconsistent, much more difficult to read. Children, Eurydice this can't happen. She's killing children. She took my other eye. I helped the children back to Gracewind. She still lets me see. I'm sorry, it might be the wrong tone. I helped the children back to Gracewind. She still lets me see. But the only world I see is the one that she sees. A sea of possibility. Muddied with indecision. Eurydice pulled me to a different place. To different places. Different times with ease. She shows me what she wanted. The children would have been lost, never to return to their homes. She shows me how they would have starved in the cold. God, I wish I could talk. She shows me how they would have starved as the cold weather moves in. I don't understand why. She saved me. Why not those children? The people of Gracewind think I had something to do with them getting lost in the first place. After all this time, they still don't trust me. Eurydice promises that she will be my eyes. I no longer want my angel, but I feel that I need her now. Is this what she wanted? With how much she sees, she must have known this would happen. I don't know anymore. Huh? Why? Why? Okay. Enough of that, I guess. Can I go in you now? No. Let me in. Let me in! Is there another note somewhere? Do I need to scour the trees? What do you want from me, game? I can't even go all the way back there. Facing a different direction. Should I go this way? Is that what you're telling me? Are you trying to point me in the right direction? Or are you just a ruse? A red herring? A lying liar? Oh my God! I'm so stupid! Why didn't I look with my eyes? Ah! Can't even read that if I wanted to. Hey, boss. Hey, boss. She's in my head. Everything out here's been pretty normal. I found something in the lake and now it's in my mind. An old cabin about a mile out of Old Grace. A mile. I just want to talk normal. There wasn't much there except for Alice, still alive after all this time. But I marked the location down. I'm going to put some caution signs since my lady of the lake needs the site undisturbed. We don't want anyone getting hurt out there. We've got some more missing people this week too. Because Alice's won't let us do our own work. So I've been keeping an extra eye out. Now I'm Irish. Gotta make sure no one. Now I'm Australian. Now I'm. Fuck the bid. Gotta make sure no one else is dawn for away from my lady's light. Gets hurt out there after all. I'll make another trip out there tomorrow to make sure the witch is sealed away. My lady needs nourishment. Those signs get posted. I'll update you soon. I don't need spoopy piano notification that I found something. I know that I read something. I'm aware. Locked. I would have known that if I had looked at the, someone has been here, obviously, because there's a candle lit. The town of Gracewind today formally announced the disbanding of the Gracewind Scouts program. For years, this junior outdoorsman's club has been the subject of much controversy, especially after the disappearance of Scout Troop 19 during their overnight trip to Gracewind Lake. Continued on page 4. I don't have page 4. I have a key, though. Oh, bookshelf cabinet key. All right. This place is a mess. I can't imagine why anyone would want to live here, much less how someone could have found this place. And just as I was getting ready to give up and call this whole thing a lost cause again, I hear it. A slamming sound from the other side of the house. You know, I'd say that'd be a good reason to give up. Oh, God. The slamming sound sounded like it was coming from behind me in my headphones, and I was just like, who's beating on the door? You know, I would say the door with the chains nailed to it and everything should probably be left the fuck alone. That would be my best guess. I don't want to investigate that. A washing basin filled with pungent liquid. Was that a spooter? I thought I saw a spooter. Bread. Tonight was a... Excuse me. You know what? Fuck the bit. Tonight was a weird one, boss. I know you don't read these, but it makes me feel better thinking that you do, so I'm gonna pretend. Saw some movement down at the lake. There weren't any cabins or campsites rented out, so it seemed kind of fishy. And I don't want a repeat of the incident with those kids from a few weeks ago happening again. So I went to check it out. And I know you said it isn't serious and no one was hurt. But I learned, I swear. I'm printing out all these notices and keeping them up on the board here. Anyways, I went down to check it out. Nothing too weird. Just an old guy going for a hike. He didn't look much of a hiker. But he told me about the trail he took to get there, and it sounded like it all checked out. Just another local. They don't make them anywhere else like they do in Gracewind. He invited me to look out at the stars from the lake for a bit. But I don't know why. And I don't know why, but I said I would. Took a seat right on a stump and stared out into that big empty nothing. I don't get stargazing, honestly. At least, I thought I didn't. But then I looked up, and I saw those stars and that lake, and I found myself thinking, maybe there's something to it after all. But that's not the weird part. You ever have a song you just can't get out of your head? Or an itch that won't go away no matter how hard you scratch? I feel that. Out around the back of my mind. Like there's a thought there and I just can't reach it. Every time I think about the lake now, it's like scratching that itch. Damn if it isn't persistent, though. I don't need spoopy noises. I literally just said, I don't need spoopy noises. I know I just read something. Hello, spooters. You're very twitchy, spooters. Handwriting is still shaky and messy, but slightly less so. 1909. Eurydice left a child on my doorstep. A wailing, stinking, screaming thing. I can only imagine what it looks like. As much as I hate her, I can't bring myself to let an innocent suffer for her actions. I'll name the child Philip. 1912. Philip has grown prodigiously. He's much larger than I would have expected, and he has started to speak, babbling mostly, but I hear him trying to form words. 1914. Philip is standing and walking on his own. His ability to speak is unusual. He has great difficulty forming words on his own, but he can repeat things that he has heard with incredible accuracy. Just today, I heard him repeating bird calls that he had heard while laying in his bed. 1917. More and more people from Gracewind find themselves coming near my home every week. No matter how many times I tell them, they keep coming this way. This is Eurydice's doing. I know it. Philip understands my anger. I'm trying to keep them safe, but they don't know the danger that she poses. He wants to scare them off, but I'm told him that would only make things worse. I hope he understands. Oh God, we gotta go towards the creepy noise now. Ha ha ha. Okay, let me read that. A torn music sheet. I wish I were better at reading music. I could probably play this on piano, but I wonder what the full piece would sound like. Shed door key. I don't think that's a shed out there, but I could be wrong. You know, I'm starting to feel like it's probably safer out here than it is in there. What the hell? Picked up music box. Okay. Did I read this? I did not. November 1879. I see her sometimes. The angel that saved me from the water. Ma says she's not real. No one else has ever seen her, but I gave my angel a name anyway. Eurydice. I think it's a pretty name. My angel sings when I tell her that she has a name now. I can hear it, a twinkling sound, like bells at the back of my head. Ma doesn't understand. Eurydice tells me not to worry about Ma and Pa. She sings me to sleep every night now. Am I supposed to be finding, like, hints on what the combinations are to these locks? Because, I haven't found anything yet. I found that one doll. That has that in the back of it. Can I open it? Okay. So there's just nothing else to do here. I wonder if I need to use the music box here, maybe? Can't seem to use that here. I am really lost. I'm about to just pull a Markiplier and brute force my way through this. I'm just gonna, I'm furiously, I'm clicking so hard right now on anything and everything. Oh my God. Nothing at all? Is there a message in the bread? Oh, wise loaf of the forest, lend me your wisdom. No? Okay. Alice lore, page 2. I'm missing page 2. Oh my God, it's a VHS from the damn video store. I'm an idiot. This is the notebook that I've was saying I needed to read. The ritual will be done. No one would ever think to stop me by returning my personal effects to me. A sign of vision from a baptismal bird. The distant memory hidden in a melody of a shattered sun. My locket sealed by song. Promises of the body revealed by cleansing flame. And the sign of hope dancing on a traitor's tongue. As long as they stay hidden, my return is inevitable. Oh my God, why did I not see these? I wish it would just tell me when there's a journal entry. This small wax figurine was resting on a windowsill in the cabin, almost as if standing guard. Who would take the time to make something like this, and why would they just leave it lying around like that? There seems to be a symbol carved into it, and I can't scratch it away no matter how hard I try. It was on a windowsill, facing the bedroom, watching. This old music box has been remarkably well cared for. It was strange to find it hidden away in a backpack inside of the locked shed, almost as if someone doesn't want me to find it. I wonder where the wind-up key may be. As I picked it up, I felt as though there's a pull back to the bedroom. A pull back to the bedroom. Hold on. Was this thing... Did it actually try to use it on that, or... Oh my fucking God.
Please, you have to help me. I'm just as trapped as you are.
Do I use each of these things?
I don't know if she'll hold you here. I hope she lets you move on. You don't deserve this curse.
Okay. No. Okay. That still doesn't... Oh my God, that still doesn't tell me what symbols go where. That's new. Is there... I saw that. Oh, whoa. Last one looks like a person. Boom. Okay. That's not it. What? Did I just see something? Or was that just dust in my face? It got awfully fucking dusty in here. After that shit. Let's see. Okay, so we're finally fucking getting somewhere. This is what I'm talking about. I wish I were better at reading music. Oh. I found this in the secret compartment of a piano in the cabin. It feels like it's drawing me back toward the trapdoor I found in the bedroom. I just don't think this is a good idea, but...
I know this can't be easy, If you knew the choice you were making, you would turn back. She would even let you do it. But I can't stay here longer.
Am I getting... I'm just seeming a little wibbly. Perhaps even a little wobbly. So, person, snowflake, snowflake, triangle. I have a bad fucking feeling about this. Person, snowflake, snowflake. Okay. Okay. That would be a bird. Is there not another key in here for anything? Oh, wow. That's very nice physics. I see. Okay. Is this the last? No, there's two. Right. It would appear that there's two. Okay. Include dead crow. I found a dead crow in a locked room that's been completely trashed. Maybe this will open up another one that's changed. See a small reaction. Missing something. We need to prepare it in some way. Baptismal. Aha! Inventory. Okay. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Very spoopy.
It was always meant to be like this. I'm sorry. I wish there was another way, but I'll be walking out of here in that body of yours. I wish mine was in a better state.
What? Let me out. There's something written in my notebook. It looks like it's my handwriting, but I don't remember writing any of this. The last thing I remember was unlocking that trapdoor in the house, and then it's all hard to make out. I felt her. Whatever I did, whatever weird ritual I helped finish, it helped her get into my head. She was so sad, desperate. For that split second where we shared the same fleeting moment of being, I felt the need to trade places with her. I lost all sense of where my own thoughts ended and where Alice's started. But I wasn't afraid. A blissful calm, like sitting in the shallows of a lake in the summer, washed over me, and I knew that she deserved a chance at this, at being. Alice Ketter. Something had controlled her, taken the lead on every action in her life, and made her a passenger in her own body. And she had spent, what, days? Years? Trying to find another way? And who am I to deny her that? The rain soaked through the rest of the page, but at least the rest of the journal is fine. Okay, can I read what was written? No? Why are you sending me back? I don't want to go back. I want to go home. Okay. Here I am, again, the Ketter cabin. The last place that Michael Leeds was seen. I know that I was just here. I know that I never left. I know that something unnatural is happening. All that's left to find out is what. I can't tell if I'm not able to leave here because something is keeping me here or because I don't want to. Not until I find out the truth, at least. Maybe that should scare me more than it does, but it is what it is. I don't want... I gotta do this all over again. Jesus Christ. My dog started scratching and it scared the shit out of me. Triangle, snowflake, staff, person. God, I just found all the things. How do I find them again? No, I'm gonna leave that open in case I have to make a run for it. Right? Right. We always leave ourselves path of least resistance. And then we go back to the door. And we go, you know what? I think I did it wrong.
I know this can't be easy. If you knew the choice you were making, you would turn back. She wouldn't let you do it. But I can't stay here longer. It was always meant to be like this. I'm sorry. I wish there was another way, but I'll be walking out of here in that body of yours. I wish mine was in a better state.
All right, I'm a bit stuck, so I'm going to cut this one off here because there's something I'm missing and I don't know what it is, and I don't want this to go on for forever. So I'm going to figure it out for the next one. I appreciate you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys later.